Hey guys. So the reason why the title has yes really at the end of it is because purple and peach are not colors that I normally see put together. But unless you've tried some of these unusual combos, you'll never know what the end result can be. So I thought I would go ahead and film this today. I've already put my face products on because otherwise the video would be ridiculously long. So if you want to see what I used for face products, you can just look in the description box as always. And so let's begin with the eyes then. I'm going to prime my eyes with my LA Colors eyeshadow primer. Just put a little bit of that on with the applicator and then blend it out with my finger. Yeah, it's amazing how, you can try different combinations that you don't think are going to work, and then the end result is not what you might be expecting. Of course, you have to take tones into consideration too, and the depth of the color, because that can make a difference. So I am going to use some MAC shadows today. I have not played with my MAC shadows in a long time, and I have most of them, so they should not be neglected. And MAC has a lot of purple eyeshadows, so that's what we're going with. Okay, so I'm going to start with Stars and Rockets, which looks like this. And I'm just going to use a MAC 239 brush, which is just a synthetic shader brush. And I'm going to put that all over the lids. This is such a pretty shadow. You know what I think I'm going to do to save time is maybe just do one eye and then shut the camera off and go back and do the other eye, because I always have time issues with my videos. I don't know if I talk too much or what the deal is. I just had to shut the camera off. I had an eyelash in my eye. It's amazing to me how the tiniest little thing like that can be so painful. So I had to stop and get that out immediately. Okay, the next shadow that I'm going to use by MAC is Parfait Amour. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same brush, but I'm just going to flip it over and put a little bit on the other side. And this I'm going to put in the outside part of the lid, like so. And then I'm also going to take it a little bit into like the outer corner area. And even though this isn't actually a blending brush, I am blending it a little bit because I'm going to use another shade that's going to be partially in this area. So I want to make sure that this color has got the placement and the blending that I want before I add that other shade. Okay. All right, the next shade I'm going to use is, I'm going to use either Fig 1 or Blackberry. This is Fig 1 right here, and this is Blackberry. So this is like a darker shade than this, but the tone is a little bit more reddish. So considering how fair I am, I think I'm going to go with the Blackberry because it's a slightly lighter, not so bright color. And I'm just going to use this e.l.f. crease brush. So yeah, let's go with the Blackberry. Now I'm going to put that in the crease, and I'm going to start in the outside corner and just do small circles. So yeah, they have a ton of purples, MAC does. Okay, now I'm going to go into my NYX contour, highlight and contour palette. If yours doesn't look like this, it's because I put this piece of paper in here because the name of the products are on the other side of the pans and they're not that easy to get out of the palette just to look at it to identify the names. So I just taped a piece of paper on the inside of the cover that has the names on it just to make it easier for reference. And in this palette, you get highlights on the top row and then contours on the bottom. This shade right here is called Nectar, and it's a peach highlight. So I'm going to take a e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that peach shade on my brush. I'm going to tap off the excess because this is a somewhat powdery product. And I'm just going to go right on the edge of where I applied that Blackberry. But I'm not going to do circles because I have a very limited area here. So I'm just going to go right on the edge, just blending it across. And what that's going to do is it's going to diffuse any harsh edges. Then I'm just going to very gently tap back into that product, or press into that product, tap off the excess. Now I'm going to go up and do my brow bone highlight like I normally would. But Blackberry or Fig 1, whichever one you decide to use, is a pretty harsh color. And so I just wanted to make sure I soften those edges. I'm also going to use the product that's left on the brush and go along the side. So any purple that got down where I didn't want it to be, that will just blend it away. Okay, next I'm going to take my small Zoeva pencil brush and I'm going to go back into Blackberry and pick up some of that. I'm going to tap off the excess and I'm going to go right along the lower lash line. just like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is the LA Colors Jumbo Eye Pencil in Sunglasses. And I'm going to put some of that right on the lower lash line, slightly above where I put that eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go on my tight line. Curl my lashes. I'm going to use Colormates Volumizing Mascara. I found this at Big Lots. It's got this giant wild brush on it, which I normally do not like large brushes. But this one I do because I like the product that's on the brush. And very carefully do the bottom lashes. Yeah, you gotta be so careful with these big brushes for the bottom lashes. Okay, I'm just gonna do the other eye off camera to save some time and be right back. Okay, so the other eye is done. And so far we've got basically a purple eye look with a hint of peach to it. I also have a peach face highlighter on, but we're also going to do a peach lipstick. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Moisturizing Lipstick in the shade Party in the Buff. I picked this up recently at Dollar Tree, and this is most definitely a peach. So I'm going to apply some of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a nude lip liner. This one is from Colormates. When you buy a Colormates lipstick, you get a liner for free. And this really comes in handy because it's a very like generic type of nude pencil that just seems to go with everything. So I'm just going to line my lips to give them some definition. I don't want to alter the color of the peach lipstick. Okay, so as you can see, peach and purple don't have to be a strange combination. I think that the peach lips look very natural, and sometimes when you do a purple eye, it's tough to know what to do with the lips, because if you do purple lips with a purple eye, sometimes it can be too much. Sometimes pink just doesn't look right. So I feel like peach is an option that you might not have thought of, but I like the way this turned out, and I hope you did too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.